Hi, today I'll be making gnocchi. Well, this is an Italian dish, something very similar to pasta, but not exactly. Let's see how we are going to make this. Since it's a basic pasta-like dish with not a very flavorsome dish, you need to make a really lovely flavorsome sauce. So I'm making two sauces today. The main ingredient for this pasta is potatoes. So you boil two medium-sized or three small potatoes. I'm using my masher to mash the potatoes. You can even use a fork. Mash it really nicely. Add 2 cups of flour. If the quantity of potato is more or less, it doesn't really matter, because when you need it, if you need a little extra flour, you can always put. So I'm adding 1 egg and I'm going to make a lovely dough, and of course put some salt. Because of the potatoes, it's really easy to knead. Don't put any water, just knead it as it is. Now my dough is taking form, as you can see. I feel we can put some flavoring for this dough. Maybe you can try this with a little bit of condiments next time. I found an ugly piece of potato, the dark part, so I removed it quickly. You can do that. Now the dough is ready. I'm leaving it to rest for 30 minutes. Now to make the tomato sauce. This is a really nice sauce. Use some olive oil. I'm putting the chopped garlic, about 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. It doesn't matter whether it's more or less, it depends on the flavor you like. As it is browning, quickly put the onions and let it cook nicely. When the onions are cooked nicely and translucent, you can add the salt and then tomatoes. Now it's the time to add the pepper and a little bit of chilli for color and taste. So we want a really nice spicy sauce, because the gnocchi by itself has no flavor. It is the sauce that has to get absorbed and give it the taste. A few pieces of ginger, if you have, you could have at this time. I didn't have ginger, so I'm not adding. Now I'm adding the tomatoes. I'm using 2 big tomatoes, or you can use, if you have medium size, maybe about 3 or 4. It depends on how much sauce you want. Actually, you need a lot of sauce for this. So be quite generous with the tomatoes. Adding a little bit of sugar, it gives a nice taste. This sauce is really tasty because we have added oregano. It has a lovely Italian flavor. You can use this sauce even for pizza or any Italian pastas. If you let this sauce simmer nicely, it will become very thick. If you want a lovely color, you can add a little bit of tomato ketchup or tomato puree. Today I am using some ketchup. You can get the lovely fragrance of oregano. It smells really nice. Now I'm getting ready to make my white sauce. This is not the normal white sauce because I'm going to put some onions. You can even put some vegetables and chicken to this. I'm going to let the onions cook in the butter, and when it's nice and translucent, I'm adding a little bit of garlic powder. Garlic powder gives a lovely flavor. You can see the onions are cooking. At this time, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper.
Ready? Start again.
Now I'm adding some flour to thicken the sauce. Be careful, as soon as you add the flour, it thickens quite fast. Make sure your fire is really on low heat. Keep on mixing nicely and see that the flour doesn't burn, but let it cook nicely with the butter. When it's cooked well, you need a whisk. Use a whisk. As you keep on adding the milk, keep on whisking really fast so that there won't be any lumps. With a little practice, you'll get this sauce really well. See, it's really smooth and nice, no lumps at all. When you keep adding the milk, you'll know when it becomes a lovely thick sauce. I'm adding a little bit of mustard as well to give a nice flavor to this sauce. Like I said, it depends on how tasty your sauce is. I'm adding a little bit more pepper, so you can check the salt and pepper to your taste and add more or less. Now my sauce is ready. So both the sauces are ready. It's time to get back to my gnocchi. It has been sitting there for about half an hour. So first flour your surface nicely because it's quite a sticky dough. Put it on the flour, just flatten it slightly and cut it into 4 equal portions. Keep away the rest and start working on one. You can use your hands, you don't need a rolling pin to make this. So just keep pulling it like this and roll it until it's a long, thin tube. You don't have to be really neat because when you roll it out, you can easily do the shape. Make sure to keep your surface flat, otherwise this will start sticking. Then it becomes messy. So cut it into small pieces like this. You can just put it into boiling hot water with some salt and boil it as it is, or you can do a tiny design with a fork. Just take the fork, turn it behind and just press it slightly. It might turn, but that's okay, giving more space for the sauce to get inside. As you keep doing, you'll find it quite interesting and fun. I think more than the taste, gnocchi is fun to make. If you have kids at home, now's the time to get them to the kitchen to help you with this. They'll have a lot of fun, I'm sure. Now my water is boiling. I'm adding a little bit of salt and I'm dropping the gnocchi one by one. Make sure it doesn't stick together. Just drop it one by one without crushing it, because we don't want our design to get messed up. This will boil, so you don't have to close the pot. As it boils, it will come up when it's done. It will take only 2 to 3 minutes. So just strain it and put it straight into the sauce. Since I divided my dough into 4, I put 2 pieces for the white sauce and 2 for my tomato sauce. So if 4 people at home are sharing this dish, it's more than enough. You can't eat a lot. So this is just right. Once all the gnocchi is added, just stir it slightly. Make sure not to mash it. Now my second batch is ready and I'm adding it to the tomato sauce. You can see the tomato sauce looking really lovely with a bright red color. It smells amazing too. It's the oregano that's giving a lovely Italian flavor and smell. Do the same. Mix it in the sauce really well. Guess what? Your gnocchi is ready and now it's time to serve. I feel you need a little bit of a meat item and something crispy. to eat with it. So I thought of making some garlic bread and sausages, which is the easiest thing to do. Even some fried prawns or chicken would be perfect with this. As it is, it's a lovely easy dish, and you have to top it up with some Parmesan cheese, but I didn't have, so I put some cheddar. It tasted really nice and looked gorgeous. I hope you'll enjoy this recipe and you'll try both the sauces. However, my family loved the tomato sauce better. Let me know what your family liked. Until I meet you next, enjoy the gnocchi and happy cooking. Bye for now.